Okay, this is the final phase of the fried chicken. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take 1/2 of a cup of flour and I'm gonna add it to this bowl. Now you want to use 3/4 of a cup of flour for every pound of chicken. I'm using 2 pounds of chicken. Yeah, that's 2 pounds of chicken right there, and I'm using 1.5 cups of flour because that's 2 pounds of chicken. And then I want to add 11 tablespoons of cornstarch. 11 tablespoons of cornstarch. Okay. To the flour. Uh, about 10.5 tablespoons, I should say. About 10.5 tablespoons. And you want to add, I'm adding 11 tablespoons of cornstarch because you want to add 1/3 of a cup of cornstarch per every pound of chicken. Then I want to add 1/4 of a cup of salt. One-fourth of a cup of salt. Okay, one-fourth of a cup of salt. 12 gram, which is, I'm adding 1/4 of a cup of salt because I'm adding 12 grains of salt per pound, 12 grams of salt per pound. I'm using 2 pounds, so that's why I add 1/4 of a cup of salt because I add 12 grains per pound. Then I'm going to add 4 teaspoons of baking powder. 4 teaspoons of baking powder. Level it out perfectly. That's what you always want to do. Level it out with the bench scraper, with this scraper. 4 teaspoons of baking powder. I'm adding 4 teaspoons of baking powder because I want to add 2 teaspoons per pound of chicken. Again, this is 2 pounds of chicken. Then I want to add 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. 1 tablespoon of onion powder. 1 tablespoon of onion powder. And 1 tablespoon of paprika. One tablespoon of paprika. Then I'm going to incorporate everything. Incorporate all that in. Incorporate that all in. And then in a separate bowl, I'm going to add 1 cup of buttermilk. I'm going to add 1 cup of buttermilk. And I'm going to add 1 cup of buttermilk because you would add half of a cup of buttermilk per pound. Like literally, about half a cup of buttermilk per pound, about right here. So that's why I added a full cup. Then I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of my flour mixture to my buttermilk. Because it's 3 to 4 tablespoons per pound that you add to your buttermilk. So I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of my mixture to my buttermilk. So that's 1 tablespoon. Two. 4. 5. 6. 6 tablespoons of my mixture. And as you see, that should be bubbly. It should be a little bit bubbly because of the baking powder. The baking powder that's in it, it's activating it. Then I want to take my buttermilk mixture and just start slowly adding it to my flour until it gets lumpy. I want this flour mixture to get lumpy. Yeah, see how it's getting nice and lumpy? Just wanted to get nice and lumpy. See, now while I'm doing this, I want to heat my my chicken grease up to 320 degrees Fahrenheit. 325 degrees Fahrenheit, I should say. Before I start frying the chicken. That'll prevent the chicken from over browning. You see, that's 283 degrees, so I'm gonna let that heat up a little bit more before I add the chicken to it. Okay, my grease is almost about 325 degrees, right where I want it. Okay, yeah, that's right about where I want it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and roll the chicken in the dough. I'm going to roll the chicken in it. Or no, I'm sorry. I'm going to dip the chicken in my buttermilk mixture first. Then I'm going to roll it in the fried chicken dough. After I dip it in my buttermilk mixture, and that's how you want it. That's how you're gonna get that famous Kentucky Fried Chicken effect. So I'm rolling in buttermilk, then roll it in my dough. Yep, that's what you want. Roll it in the buttermilk, then roll it in the dough. Just like this. Let all the lumps stick to it. Just like that. That's what you want right there. Yeah, roll it in the buttermilk. The buttermilk makes it stick like glue. There you go. That's what you want, your famous Kentucky Fried Chicken effect or look. Put it in the buttermilk. Yeah. Yep. Just like that. See, that sticks to it like glue. That's what you want right there. Boom. And you just put it right here. That's when you fry it. That's how you get that famous Kentucky Fried Chicken effect. That's when you fry it. Just like that. Perfect. That's what you want. Yep, and those are frying and bonding to the chicken perfectly. See? Look at that. That's your famous Kentucky Fried Chicken effect right there. So I'm just gonna let them get a little browner. It's coming out lovely. Just gonna let them get a little browner. Just a little bit. Oh, and they smell. It smells fabulous. It smells beautiful. I think that's brown enough. I can start flipping them over now. Look at that. Look at that. Bam. It's like Emeril Lagasse. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Yep, not overcooked or undercooked. Just perfect. Just right. Oh, and it smells awesome. Smells beautiful. Looks beautiful. Not overcooked, not undercooked, just right. Looks like KFC chicken. And these are ready. No, I'll give them a couple more minutes. Yep, I'll give them a couple more minutes. Oh, it smells like KFC in here. I wish you could smell this. I wish they had smell-o-vision. Look at that. Look at it. And it's not overcooking it either, because I made sure that the grease was 325 degrees Fahrenheit, so it doesn't overcook it. You can see it's perfectly browned. Perfect. About another minute or so. Give it about another minute. All right. Okay, about to take them out. Let them drip, take them out. Yes, sir. There you go. See there? I just want to show you. See how it's perfectly cooked. See, there's no, they're not too brown, they're not overdone. Perfect. Perfectly cooked. They look, you see, they look like they came from KFC. And that's your fried chicken.